Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the BTECH MPR-AF1. It's an AM/FM stereo pocket headset radio. I purchased this radio off of Amazon for a total of $25, and here's the box it came in. BTECH. You'll recognize this name. This is the Baofeng company's new label. They're the ones that produce those handheld transmitters. There's their model number, MPR-AF1, mini AM/FM radio, 4 different colors. It's like silver, dark gray, purple, and orange. I got the orange. Here's another picture. Here we got some specifications. AM frequencies, 520, 1710, FM, you can read it. Wireless antenna, internal ferrite bar antenna. Okay, so here we have the battery is a 500 milliamp hour, 3.7 volt battery. It's not great. I find that it does drain fairly quickly. So I'd recommend charging this radio every couple days. Built-in clock, backlight display, includes 2 headphones. We'll show those to you. 29 memories per band, so you get a total of 58. It has 10 kHz stepping for the United States. I don't know if they have a 9 kHz model. I assume they do. But this one you cannot change. Here we have 100 kHz on the FM band. Okay, a little side thing here. And then UPC code. Okay, let's open up the box. Let's see what we get. I'm going to start pulling things out of here. Okay, got the radio. It's got a little yellow label here. Recommendation: charge your mini pocket radio first for 3 to 4 hours. I did mine for 8 hours. Try to get a full charge. Okay, let's go ahead and empty out the contents. Quite a few things in there. I believe this is empty. Okay, let's see what they give us first. First thing I noticed was this really crazy long neck lanyard for the radio. So you can put this on the radio and hang it on your neck. This isn't for the wrist strap for sure. But definitely it's a neck radio. So that's kind of cool in a way. You can just hang it there and you're ready to go. Okay, so yeah, first for me to see something that long in a small radio. This radio's tiny. Alrighty. Next we have some headphones. So they give you 2 pairs. The first pair is similar to what I use. They use these little rubber cups, silicone cups. You can change them for your ears. It's like they have a small and medium size there for you. Of course, FM stereo there. Then they give you a little larger set. These remind me of the TIV ones that come with the V111. They're kind of like inexpensive. They're the hard type. If you don't have the ears that fit them, you may not like these. So the other ones might be better. So they gave you 2 choices, which I thought was just an interesting thing to do. All right, next they give us a USB cable. It's a micro USB variety to charge the radio. Very simple. Nice to have these. Here we got the manual. It's very easy to understand. It talks about there's your 58 frequencies, 29 per band. Told you about the presets. It's very easy to read. Let's see, is there anything I'm missing? I can talk to you about setting time, sleep timer. Talk about that, charging the battery, how to use the presets, how to read the display. There you go, gives you an idea. Okay, operation. Again, pretty simple. Don't really think you need to have this to understand the radio. So there's how you search and scan. Okay, which we'll go over. There you go. All right, and the radio itself, it comes with this little foam around it. A little bag. Let's slide that out. First thing I noticed when I got this radio, charged it up, I noticed that when you tilt it, it kind of goes fuzzy. So if you tilt it and you're looking at it from a top angle, it's hard to read, but when you're looking at it from a flat or tilted back angle, you can read it perfect. So it's not a big deal, but it's something that might bug you if you like to look at your radio like this. So you can see it just kind of fades out at that angle. So you would think it would get strong at this angle instead of this angle, but okay. That's how that is. So let's go ahead and go over size here real quick. It's a little guy. We have 1 7/8 of an inch across, or almost 2 inches across. We have 3 1/4 inches tall. We have a depth of a 1/2 inch. So I got some radios for size comparison. Let's see what we got. First one here, we got the HanRongDa. I believe this is the HRD 104. This radio you can pick up for like around $10 off eBay. And I really like this radio a lot. It has a similar battery capacity as this BTECH. And it pretty much runs about the same amount of time. I get about 6 to 8 hours before I have to recharge. Again, this is a 500 milliamp hour battery, but it doesn't have a clock, so that's a good thing. But it still loses charge by sitting there, so I don't know what the deal is there. But I think they use a similar circuit between these two radios. But there you go for size. You can see they kind of have their own little spots there for the charging, and then the headphones. About the same size. Okay. Next I have, this is a premium. This is a Sangean DT-180. This is a fantastic radio. Has the clock built in. It doesn't have a backlight, but not really needed. Let's see if I can try to turn this on here. Sure, there's the power button. Okay, yeah, there's no backlight, but we really don't need it in a small radio. You can save on the power. But this one runs on standard 2 AAA batteries. Quick show you that. Kind of you push down and it slides open, and then you got the 2 AAA batteries. I like that because when something runs dead, you can just go ahead and replace it quickly. So there you go. I'm going to turn that off. Go for size. It's a little longer, but I believe it has a better AM circuit. This thing definitely trumps this radio on AM. And for like $10 more, it's something to think about. We'll talk about that at the final thoughts. All right, so back to the BTECH. What do you get for the money for 25 bucks? Well, you get this little radio, number one. You get all those like headphones and extra things. But let's talk about features. So right away on this left-hand side, you'll see a hole, and it runs up to the top, and that's where you put your neck lanyard. So it's going to kind of hang on a corner when you're wearing it, which is odd. You'd think it would be in the middle, in the back or something. And it looks kind of cheap, like they didn't paint very well on the inside there. Looks kind of rough, so I don't know. It has a little cheap look to it. I noticed those things when I was pulling this out of the box. Here we got a power button. We have a sleep function with that. In front of the radio, right away, BTECH logo there, the orange color, which I like. Pocket mini AM FM radio. We have our clock displayed in AM or PM. We have the battery level indicator there. I try to get it to full, but then I use the radio for a half hour and it goes down to 2 bars. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But going to the buttons, we have an AM FM band select. If you press and hold this, it'll do a scan and it'll save to the preset memories automatically. Over here, we have a save delete function for your presets. Again, you get 29 per band. Here's pretty much your tuning keys. Search back, search forward, step back, step forward. Pretty basic. Volume up and down. And then save stations. So these are like your hotkeys for your presets, which is really nice. You'll notice here it says hold for lock. So if you press and hold this button, it'll lock the radio down. You can do that right now. Oh, and you can see the pretty blue backlight. And I think there's a lock key showing there. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Turn it this way, you can see it. See everything. Okay, so yeah, there's the key. Press and hold that again, turn that off. Press and hold. Okay. And if you notice, you'll see other functions where it says hold, and that's for scanning. So if you want to press and hold that key, it's for scanning. And if you press and hold this, you get the delete function. So that's why it says hold there and hold there also. Okay, over here, of course, I think I mentioned their volume. Now these buttons feel really good. When I'm pushing these buttons, they have a little bit of a premium click to them. I do like that compared to the HanRongDa. The HanRongDa is kind of, it's okay, but it feels a little cheaper. These feel a little bit more premium. Okay, and again, that light's really nice and bright. So at night, you're going to be able to read your radio. I like that feature. Okay, so let's go ahead. We've covered the front, the left-hand side, nothing there. Bottom, it actually flat enough to stand. There you go. I don't know why you'd need to, but there you are. Back of the radio has your frequency ranges again, input voltage for charging. On top there, I'll show that to you. Probably designed in the US, made in China. Okay. On top here, yeah, we have our spot for the lanyard coming through to that side there. We have the headphone jack. It sounds good on FM with FM stereo when you get FM stereo, and we'll talk about the FM reception. It has low-level hiss to mid-level hiss, so if you're trying to search at low volumes, it's going to bug you probably a little bit. Here's your DC input, 5 volts. But overall, headphone experience is nice. It's not too bass heavy, and it's not too too high either, so it's got a nice mellow tone to it. I like it. So yeah, there's your input for your charging your battery. And yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the FM reception, and we'll go ahead and plug this in and turn it on to an external speaker. So FM reception, this is really cool. This little radio, maybe I can bring this down further, get a little zoom on it. This little radio did very well. On FM sensitivity, it found 71 stations with the headphones. Pretty nice. That is good to very good rating. So that's about a 3.5 star rating. That's better than most analog radios. It's in the DSP range. This DSP radio does a fantastic job on FM. If you want a good FM pocket headset radio, this one's really nice. It's, this is the one to go with if you don't need a speaker and you want something very small and portable. This would be one to think about getting. Let's see, for the FM selectivity, it was good to very good also. I'll tell you what, I could probably get more than 71 stations. I was taking some time, but I was getting tired of moving my hand around and the wire around. But I was getting all kinds of faint stations all over the place. So yeah, it was really good at picking up the faint stations. So you got good selectivity when you're tuning through there. One thing I did notice about this radio is out of all those stations, I probably got about 6 that were FM stereo. So I do kind of live in a semi-suburban area, kind of more rural semi-suburban area. So we're kind of a little bit further out from the city. But if I think I was closer in, a little bit more in an urban area, I'd be picking up all kinds of FM stereo. But out here, it's a little harder with this radio. So I just want to let you guys know that it was difficult for me to get FM stereo with this radio. Well, this one here, I think I had better with FM stereo. The Sangeans always seem to be better at handling the FM stereo circuit. All right, so let's see what else we talk about. Okay, I think we covered all those. So, we're going to talk about AM in a little bit. I covered FM. We're going to plug it in. We're going to do a little bit of a band scan. So what I'm going to use is I have a GPX radio. I think you guys have seen this before in my videos. It's kind of like huge here. GPX. You can see the logo. It has a little built-in clock here. And I have it hooked up here to the line in for the speaker. See, it says line in there. It's not really coming into focus, but you trust me, it's there. It's got this 3-foot wire we're going to use as our antenna. I'll put this up here. Man, they give us so much stuff in that bag. That box there. Okay, so we're going to hook this up to the external speaker. Go ahead and turn the external speaker on. I'm going to raise my antenna up, and we'll go through some FM stations that are more talk orientated. Bring this light over so I can hang my wire up to get some reception. All right. So let's go ahead and turn this on by the bottom here, the power button. I can press and hold and keep tapping it to change your sleep setting. Okay, we gotta wait for it to go. All right, so we're on the AM. Let's go to the FM. A little bit of a pop noise you heard there, probably because I have it turned all the way up. I didn't notice that when I was wearing headphones.
About the Jesus carrying the cross to Jerusalem. I went with Steve.
So you got digital volume control.
Awesome. You got it.
There's our FM and megahertz.
And as we were going through, we went.
There's a signal strength meter there off to the left. Battery level, sleep timer indicator. Now I have some safe stations, so to navigate those, I just hit these 2 buttons on the bottom.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from Visit St. Pete Clearwater, home of 35 miles of white sand beaches and a daily sunset celebration on Clearwater Beach's Pier 6.
Like Stolson Construction Company. The Stolson team works with you from concept to completion. They serve the commercial, industrial, and institutional community.
Years back, you write that led some farmers to produce more milk, but even with that...
And from T. Rowe Price, offering a strategic investing approach that examines investment opportunities firsthand. Institutions, advisors, employers, and individuals choose T. Rowe Price. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Radio todderbert. You can see the signal strength went all the way up. There's no stereo symbol. So you got the 31 settings there. You have to say that the backlight is nice, but I imagine it does use your battery up. We're not really going to get a good representation of audio, so we're not going to really play YouTube music here. So we're just going to go right to the AM band. Okay, so we'll go through our presets first, and I'll show you kind of how this navigates. What I've noticed, let me just turn this down, the AM band is pretty weak. During the day, it's really bad. I get all my locals only and a few semi-locals, and that's it. In the evening, I will get some of the 300-mile stations and possibly some of the 460-mile stations, like the Toronto stations, but that's about it. I don't get any kind of really far stations with this radio. I just noticed it's not super strong in the evening at all either on AM. So this is a great radio if you're just looking for FM performance and local AM. So let's go ahead and show you what I got here. Just back up. You need a clock and you need a backlight.
Prepaid offer ends 4/21/19.
Goodrich.
Oh, I've got news.
Operating costs are killing us.
We will buy your home directly from you in as little as 10 days. With Grandview, the process is simple and stress-free. You can get a fair cash offer for your home in as little as 24 hours. Grandview buys homes as is no matter the condition of the property. You don't need to do any repairs, not even a clean out. Just leave the stress and the mess to us. Call us at 630-506-8282 or visit us at grandviewhomes.com.
Men, you've heard it all before. The car is worth money. Visit VictoryAutoWreckers.com for an instant quote. Victory will tow no matter what condition your car's in. Victory buys vehicles every day, including nights and weekends, and you'll get cash on the spot. Go to Victory Auto.
Okay, I was getting this earlier. This is a local WMVP. I think it might be because of the headphones aren't standard, using it with the speaker.
4144 to meet one of the medical professionals specializing in men's health.
Adjust, you just tap.
White Sox fall 4-3 to the Kansas City Royals. Couldn't quite get the sweep here.
And if you want to seek, you just press and hold.
Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
It's one giant Jeep sale at Man Carey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
And where the concerns are. And I wish I could get people who are so devoted to single payer, and I'm glad that they are. I feel the need to keep saying that because they just, the minute I...
Time Express Employment Professionals will give you $25,000 to open your franchise.
The high-pitched whine is from my camera.
Franchising.com today.
Oh, tomorrow's a big day in America. The Mueller report's...
There we go.
Kansas City, where's the game?
Game's at Soldier.
Kansas City will have won already. I'll say W.
All right, and at Minnesota and end the season like last year.
Hell.
I think you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have them at 9 and 7.
Oh,
come on, man.
See, that's why I told you. Well, I gave him a W against Kansas City anyway.
Tak, miałem przyjemność być razem z panem premierem, z autorem filmu i z liczną widownią, nie wiem, ale tak oceniam, że ponad 1000 osób było w teatrze. Rzeczywiście film bardzo ciekawy,
Yeah, anything further out. This is like Kenosha station I should be able to pick up with this radio. So I just sit here and see if a game comes up. Starting to hear a little something. But not very useful.
$7 to 2,900, and the NASDAQ is down 4 to 79.
We're going to tell them the truth. But we're going to establish the fact that we really care about them first.
Yeah. And how do you go about...
This is a squirrel. Okay, so it does work on the squirrel, which is awesome. Good to hear.
Cuando los Medias Blancas enfrentan a los Tigres del Detroit en 3.
So I have to go single presses. If I let it seek, it'll pass all these stations right up. But I haven't noticed like anything past 1400. There's like nothing coming in. almost done with the scan. Music on 1380 there, that wasn't bad. That's below it, I believe. I should be getting something here.
Right side is all half off, half prices in a package. Okay, and you can get those. However, there's a lot of them. Now, one of the things that I've got in this burger package is
Racine, Wisconsin.
but you had one
Sorry,
of
no,
those
excuse
on
me,
April
Elgin,
8th,
Illinois.
so I can't give you that one.
WRMN.
If you like.
Rockford Station. So it's just passing up a bunch of stuff. Now typically I can get 1690 with my radios. Nothing here. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to fire up the Sangean. And we're going to tune to that station here. Let me just, I haven't used my Sangean in a while. I gotta have fun with this one and figure out all my stuff here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and go to AM band. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, the power does everything on this little guy. So we're gonna take this up to, let's see here, take it up to 1670. Should be able to pick up the station there. That's in Wisconsin. Let's see what the little Sangean can do here. So pull that out. Okay, 1670 there. 1670 on the Sangean.
It defies explanation of what Derek Jeter inherited, which is what he traded away. Cole Hamels, sadly, is having a good season for the Cubs. He's probably their best pitcher right now, and he's on the mound.
Here we're at the,
enough for me, sadly, taking the Cubs in this one.
Oops.
It hurts a little bit, doesn't it? But that's okay. The Braves at home hoping to be Diamondbacks.
Cool, put this in here. Nothing but static. Okay, 1690. We'll go back to the BTECH. Up to 1690 with that. And nothing. So then we'll go back to the Sangean here and show you.
Yeah, I mean, we had this.
The epitome of, as you said, Senator, and this is not being grudging against you.
Because they changed.
As a parent, you want the best when it comes to your child's education.
As you can see, this is finding a lot more stations.
Post office in honor of fallen firefighter Ford. Jesteście zainteresowani?
Let's go turn this off. Alright, so you got an idea here. Set that aside. Let me just turn that radio off. And we'll talk about final thoughts on the BTECH. So let's go bring that back in. Alright, so for the BTECH, we get a bunch of goodies. You get 2 sets of headphones. You get yourself a USB charging cable, a lanyard, and a book. So you got all this extra stuff. Is this radio worth $25? I think it's a little high for what it is. I believe this radio should be probably right around 20 or probably 18. I'd pay about $18 for it. Now, if you guys find this radio for $18 out there on eBay or something, let me know and I'll link it because I think it's a pretty sweet deal on FM for $18 for a pocket radio. Like I said, I like the way it's really easy to add presets on this radio and it's very easy to scan. And then, of course, the FM sounds fantastic as far as getting all those faint stations. I don't get a lot of stereo, but it does sound pretty good there. I'm pretty disappointed with the medium wave and AM band. I wish it was clearer, better. I wish we had a lot more stations. That's why you spend the extra $10 and you buy the Sangean. Not only do you get a radio that performs better, you also get the ability to run standard batteries versus this internal lithium that, to be honest with you, I have no idea how long it'll last. It's kind of one of those unknowns. Here, AAA's die, just put some new ones in or run rechargeables. That's what I recommend. So, I mean, for $10 more, it's a no-brainer. You pick up the Sangean DT-180, and I'm going to link that to the bottom here in video description details. Definitely would recommend this one if you're looking for high performance on both bands and you want standard batteries. But if you want something slim and you're going to listen mainly to FM and only local AM for $25, you might want the BTECH. You might like the color. You might like everything about this. You might like the backlight. You might like the bigger clock display. So those things are important. You might actually like the internal charge battery. There's some people that like that kind of thing. So if that's up for you, I'll go ahead and put links to the BTECH also if you're interested in getting this radio and you want to support the channel. Awesome. And of course, this little gem you can get for like $10. I'll put a link for this one too. This is a no-brainer. If you haven't seen this, I'll put the links for these videos here for the DT-180 and this HanRongDa radio up there in the iCards. Go ahead and click those and check them out because this guy is amazing on the bands. I can't believe how good it is. It just does a great job for $10. And I believe they're a similar circuit, and this one actually performs a little bit better in the evening on AM. So if you're looking for a very inexpensive pocket radio, this does great on FM. Similar FM stereo reception, if I remember right. Not so awesome on stereo, but it will get the strong stations in stereo. It doesn't have a clock. It doesn't have a backlight, but I'm not sure if you need those on a $10 radio. And if you lost this thing, whoop-de-doo, it's $10. It's not like a huge loss. And it's a good travel radio. And you have the built-in same battery, 5-volt input. It's a 500 milliamp hour battery. You charge it the same way. So yeah, I mean, this would be a recommendation too. So out of all three radios, there you go. You get a basic idea. If you're looking for something cheap, go with the HanRongDa. If you want something in between with the clock and you want to have the backlight illumination and you want strong FM performance, the BTECH might fit the bill for you. And then if you want the premium radio, Sangean all the way, spend an extra $10 and get yourself the DT-180. You'll be very, very happy. So there you go. In a nutshell, this gets a maybe buy for me. Hope you enjoyed the presentation of the BTECH. This is the, what do they call this one? This is the MPR-AF1 Pocket Mini. I thought it'd be better because I recognize the name and I'm like, man, they make some decent transceivers for cheap. Maybe they make a good cheap radio. Well, they're getting there. I wouldn't say they have it yet, especially with the AM band. It's pretty weak, but overall, not a bad little radio. Okay, guys, if you're new to the channel and you like this type of radio, headset only, I do like headset only radios because they're very compact. Hit the subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of future videos because I'm always on the lookout for these. You'll notice that my channel hosts a lot of these type of radios. They are favorites of mine, of course. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the BTECH. Again, MPR-AF1. Don't know what, that's a huge model number for a little radio. Tell me what you think about it. All right, guys. I appreciate you watching. Take care and goodbye.